Hi, have you ever wondered what keeps the heart of innovation going? Or how the creations of the mind, from groundbreaking technologies to captivating artistic works, stay protected in a world that's constantly moving? The answer lies in the world of intellectual property rights. It might sound complex, but it's essential for anyone who creates, invents, or innovates. It's all about protecting your ideas, your inventions, and your creative works from being used without your permission. I'm Kiran Maistry, and welcome to A Future of Our People. It's a podcast series dedicated to leaders who are shaping the future of work and future of business. In today's episode, it's just not any other conversation. It's a journey into understanding how to protect your most valuable assets in the digital age. On that note, I'm pleased to be joined by Mr. Sandeep Agarwal, who is the founder and managing director of A to Z Services Limited. Sandeep comes with 2 decades of experience in the IPR industry, providing consulting, advising, and problem solving for issues related to trademark, IPR, copyright, patent, and more across India. As a leader of A to Z Services, Sandeep has helped countless businesses protect their innovation and navigate the complexities of IPR and other services with ease. On that note, Sandeep, it's great to have you with us.
Good evening, Gaurav. Thank you so much for my lovely introduction. And thank you very much for inviting me today. And we look forward to have more meaningful conversation today.
No, thank you, Sandeep. In fact, I was very much looking forward for this discussion because, in fact, the other day I was reading an article whereby in India, almost 75,000 patents have been applied, right? That's quite a number.
Applied. It has been granted.
Granted, sorry.
Certificate is already issued from the government side. It's first time in history India has granted 75,000 patents.
That's mind-boggling, and that's where I feel this topic and this discussion is very relevant, because I'm on the entrepreneurial journey and you started entrepreneurial journey 2 decades ago. And it's very, very important. In today's discussion, I wanted to understand the importance of IPR. And based on your experience, some examples, what are the repercussions if you don't trademark, right? And you can walk us through. But let's start with, right, in today's global marketplace, how critical it is for businesses, especially startups and small to medium-sized enterprises, to protect their intellectual property, and how do you facilitate this?
I mean, for every business, I feel they should register and they should protect their IP, whether it is brand name, whether they have any logo for the business, when they have any new packaging, like a lot of people sell product. So product, how you don't remember the product, because if it is any product, the overall look remains same like mobile phone. But how you know it is Apple, it is Samsung? By their package. So packaging is very important. If it is product, then their designing, whether it is a glass, it is any bag or any artwork. So MF Hussain painting, why he is selling in crores of rupees? Because he especially make only 3, 4 or maximum 5 piece for one particular painting. And one painting, you know how much it's the worth in the market. Because these all are copyrighted. No, you can't, copy paste and sell. So it is very important. And if somebody, if they feel, okay, if I don't do, what will happen? I can do later on. But I want to advise them, if you don't do, you know how much is the cost to safeguard your brand. If you have not filed, you have to go legal way, and for hiring any lawyer and filing a case itself is at least 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees. Whereas in case of trademark registration, it won't cost you more than 10 to 15,000 rupees. So the choice, depend on what kind of knowledge you have and who's guiding you. Sometimes they get some, very local consultant who don't have a basic knowledge. They just want few bucks and they advise, there is no problem. You just file and we will see if something happen, we will see. And people used to take their business casually and they took risks. But now you are in 21st century, especially after COVID, people have woken up, they know what they are doing and how they should protect. So they don't take chances. Even people are doing business from home and they are filing all the application because we have the numbers. Our business is growing very fast. So I don't think people, those who are well educated, those who have a knowledge, they always first file and then they only start their business.
In fact, thank you for answering that. In fact, that was my follow-up question. That, every entrepreneur, right? It all thought process comes from the bedroom most of the times, right? That flag will come saying, no, you want to do something big, you want to do it. More often than not, people forget the legal aspects of it, then they follow their passion in terms of whatever they're trying to do, right? And I wanted to understand what steps, right, at what juncture of their business cycle they need to. And I think you answered that for me as well. Before you take it big, first thing is seek the legal support, file your trademark or registration IPR, and then move forward.
In case of IPR, no, before you start the business, suppose you are starting a garment business, for example.
Okay,
you can form a company, you can have a GST number, you can have office, you can have a PFESIC number, you can have employee, you can have a factory, and you can have a factory license, everything is there. But suppose you don't have a brand name which is not registered. You go to anyone and say, okay, this is my brand. How they will know it is your brand? You should have some kind of government document to prove that. You should file the trademark application. Then only you can put TM on the top of the name. If you put TM on the top of your name without filing, then somebody can take a legal action against you because you don't have a government document, but you are telling people that you have the registration and you are misleading them. This is again a serious offense. So our work start before the actual real business start. So it should be done before you think of going to the public or your prospective client, and registration should be done in advance, and then you should start your business. This is our main advice to all the customers.
I wanted to touch base on the legal repercussions as well, but before that, I want to touch on, based on your extensive experience, if I'm right, and then over the last 2 decades, you've supported more than 20,000 clients, right? Ranging from startups to small to medium to corporates, right? So what are some of the biggest challenges that your clients face when it comes to patent registration and IP protection, especially in India, right? And how did you navigate, or how did you help those to navigate these challenges?
So there are two aspects, I would say. The one is the globalization because of COVID. So earlier people used to use social media, whether it is LinkedIn, Facebook, Insta, Google, or all this online mode of meeting. So the knowledge share was limited. Now people go to YouTube, Google, they type anything and they get their answer, correct? You want anything, you just put it on Google, you will get 10 numbers. So this was happening, but the number was not up to that level. So because of this globalization and because of COVID, now people are educating online and they are helping each other. So that was one of the reason. And the other reason, what was your this thing?
Based on your experience, right, how did you help these kind of to navigate these challenges?
So the other challenge was to speed up the process. In India, once you file with the government, you have to wait. So it's a government office, and how the government office works, everybody knows. Your father knows, you knows very well. Might be your next generation, they will not see this problem because now everything is online. Even the government office are transparent. They have a certain deadline. Like if you file today, they have to issue examination report within that time. We have to reply, and then within that time, officer need to either accept or reject the file. They can't hold the file. But if I talk about 3 year, 5 year back, even 5 year back, this was not the case. So people used to feel, okay, if I file the application, I have to wait for 3 year, 5 year. And we are also used to say like this. But when the COVID came, the government came with one more offer. if you want to file something where your core business is dependent on that registration, you can file under fast process. So there is no queue. You file under fast process, your work is done on a priority basis. There is no queue for examination, for hearing, or for any submission. And can you believe if I tell you, now we are giving patent registration within 1 year, which is never ever happened in last 18 years. We are doing since 2002, but I have never given any patent in 1 year. Only in last 2 year, 2.5 year, we are able to give patent certificate in 1 year to almost 10 of our clients who wanted to do urgently without seeing even the cost. So this is the major difference. People are able to do it fast, expand their business, and that is why you see number of filing is going up. India is rising, GDP is rising, and more business is happening because of that.
It's a very interesting point you said, Sandeep, in terms of it takes 1 year still to get patent, which is itself remarkable, right? But
quite remarkable. Like if you talk, I'm not only talking about India, we file across the globe. We are filing trademark application almost in more than 50 countries, be it US, Latin America, South America, entire Europe, Asia, Middle East. We have almost 300 partners in overseas, international different countries, those who are filing on behalf of our client, because we can't go and file there. So we need a local partner. We explain them, we prepare all the document, and then they file. So even if you take example of US is giving patent in almost 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
India is faster than US today. And one more important aspect I will tell you, if you go back, suppose when Modi ji became a Prime Minister 2014, where was India in terms of IPR filing? Not even in top 10 around the world.
Okay.
And what is the current status of our standing in international market? Can you guess?
No idea, sir.
We are in top 2 now.
So what has changed? That is government invested in because we're going digital in the background, or what has changed here?
It's a combination of everything. One is, of course, digital is very important for any business.
Okay.
If it is not digital, like I told you about our interview, you need to come, take live interview, record, and then you have to post somewhere. But now even we can do live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and people can watch us. They can see the live interview on TV also. So digital is one aspect. And then the government, because India trademark, it's come under intellectual property office. India is a part of Madrid Protocol, which is a world governing body. So when you become a member, every year they meet, and whoever is not following the norms, or those who are very slow in terms of delivering the registration or delaying the process, they get a hit from the world community. For example, now Microsoft is here, Google is here, Apple is here, Tesla will come. So what they want? They want their technology, their business to be protected. If they file patent and trademark and they don't get certificate for 2-3 years, do you think they will put more money here? No.
Obviously not, right? Yes.
So Indian government realize if they want more business, more investment in India, they need to speed up, they need to digitize, and they have to put fast process. So they have educated their own employees, they have given a deadline. Even if you are a very senior commissioner or registrar or controller, you have to complete work within that stipulated time only. And if you don't do that, then you are answerable to government, you are answerable to the attorney like us, and then it become in public domain. So everything is, accountable. There are reason for delay and there are reason for getting the work done.
So the process is much more smoother, cleaner, and faster now.
Yeah, I can see now India, what our Prime Minister is saying, we will be in top 3. I would say we are very close to top three, but because of some uncertainty, the way people are still doing business in two tier or very small village, still they don't have a proper internet, fast internet, or the infrastructure is not there. Like now we have a rail connectivity, we have very good road connectivity, new airports are coming. So then you will see more people will be participating in this economy and more business will flourish like that way.
Who is number
In economy or
no, you said India comes number 2 when it comes to.
according to you, who do you think? It's a very good question.
To be honest, sir, when it comes to this IP and patent registration, my knowledge is very, very limited.
You tell me who's the
United States?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I tell you one beauty about US. Suppose you are doing a business which is a multi-million-dollar or billion-dollar business. So when you go tech, you take your business into tech, and you think by tech you will multiply your business. So who can copy? Of course, US. So whoever around the world, they find any product or any brand name, they first register in their country and they run to US to protect their brand. So if India is filing X number of application on a daily basis, the US is getting same kind of application from around the world. But the gap is very minimum now between US and India.
So on that note, many Indian companies now, as you already touched upon, right? Many companies are looking to expand globally now, right? So there is more and more importance of global IP registration.
Correct.
Right? How do you go about that? To ensure that global IP registration, again, is the same process, and how long will this take in a way, this entire process?
So as I told you, depend on country to country, and then there is a forum which is WIPO, World Intellectual Property Office.
Okay.
And all the countries are member of this particular association, which is just like UN. Why we go to United Nation? If any country have any issue with any other country, so how they raise their issue with them?
Governing body, who kind of
Yes.
yes.
So they go there. This is the world governing body, and all members are part of that. So when you take your business to global, there are ways. Either you file in India and you think your business is only UK and US. You can directly go to UK attorney through us, or through directly with your connection. You can file directly in UK without any permission. You don't need any approval from Indian government or UK government. You can file in UK, you can file in US. But now your product is so unique, entire world needs it. For example, COVID vaccine. You know what happened during COVID. He has created first and he need to sell across the globe. Now some US company, they got the formula for COVID vaccine, but they can't manufacture because it's a COVID time. They don't have a material, and if they source the material, it will take 6 months, 8 months. By that time you will see more death. So what they did, because of this treaty they had with Indian government, they directly contacted Poonawalla. Okay, you manufacture, but the patent belong to us. It is our innovation. We do it in partnership. We are the innovation holder. You are the manufacturer, and they do JV, and they both are selling across the world. This is the beauty of business.
This is very interesting as well.
There is one more point in this, so I forgot to mention you. So for example, now you say you want to protect the world. So there is a forum. Under this forum, you can file one single application. You can just select the country out of 200 countries who are the part of this forum, close to 189 now. Some very small country, they don't become a part because hardly there is any filing or presence. What they do, you can go to their site or through local Indian office. You can select the country list. By filing one single application, you can cover the entire world in one single application. So this was possible because of this globalization, because of this forum, and because of this technology.
Okay. So this is very, as I said, right, it's quite remarkable just to understand now because there is always a perception, right, when you go through the legal route, it often takes a long time. and it's easy for entrepreneurs to skip the step and focus on it, then they're into big loop problem, right? Based on your extensive experience over the last 2 decades, can you talk us through certain example where you felt like, again, the importance of registration, right? IP registration, right? Again, we don't want to take the names, but what are the hurdles faced and what were the challenges? Is there any example that you can talk through us?
So, I give you one very important example. So now, whoever is growing and they coming to certain level where they want to go to stock market listing, correct? So when any business go for listing, they do all their valuation, how much business they are doing, next 3-year projection, what is their profit margin, who are their competitor, what size of total market share of this business. If we talk about, say, for example, cosmetic, at 5 years back there was hardly any Indian brand. Now if you go today, you will see 5 Indian brand. Earlier you used to hear only international brand name. In order to determine the valuation of that business, IPR is very important, because they don't have their own product, their own formulation, their own design, their own logo, then their valuation is much lesser. So for example, I tell you, if I remove Tata word from all Tata company, what will be their net worth?
Absolutely.
Almost 30% what they have right now. So 70% is their goodwill, their trust, and the last 8 decade business which they are doing because of brand Tata. So that is what IPR do with your business.
And this is interesting to know as well. Going back to legislative reforms, right? India, I know you already touched upon that. Now the things have changed, but how have recent legislative reforms in India affected the landscape of IP law, and what impact they have had on the services that you provide?
So I would say, as I rightly told you in the beginning, before you started recording this, I had a multiple offices and close to 250 employees. So that time I was thinking ki I have to expand and I have to go to 3-tier city, I have to hire more employees. But because of this technology and because everything is online, you need less manpower. You can do it from limited offices. You don't need offices in all the city. You can service your client through digital. You can do meeting online. You can educate them through email, through WhatsApp, which was not possible earlier. If you go back 10 years back, how many people were using WhatsApp? If you have the number, if you see the number, you will be shocked. 10 years back, even I was not very quite active on WhatsApp. If you see now, my 80% business is happening on WhatsApp. All my clients are on WhatsApp. Everybody is on email. Everybody is there on social media. But it was not the case. So these reforms, this technology, earlier there was no provision to file under fast process. You have to file application, then there are various stages after filing. You have to clear each and every stage, and once the final stage comes, then only your mark, whether it is trademark, copyright, patent, design, you get certificate. No other way to get it. So the government realized if the business is growing, they need registration fast. They need to be formed immediately. GST number should be done in 3 days. Factory license should be given on a priority basis. So they have done some remarkable changes in their system. They have upgraded all the software in the government office. They come up with the solution where you can file under fast process by paying some extra amount. They have educated and given training to their employees. They have sent them to international countries to understand how they are doing the same job in less time. And because of all this reform, you can see the changes. People are getting all this compliance part very easily. And if you see, a lot of state government, they are inviting foreign companies to do set up their manufacturing and other business like service supplying part, warehousing. So what they started inviting at one place in their state government office, and when they have a meeting, all the government offices who give this certification, they are also sitting there. If you really want to invest in Gujarat, for example, you are Tesla, you say, okay, I will invest $2 billion. I need all this process, all license, company within 2 months. Otherwise, I will not invest. So the government say, okay, we are signing agreement. You put all the government office are sitting here. You give your document paper. We will give you registration in 15 days. Can you believe this thing happening 5 years back or 10 years back? No. Because I have done so many registrations, so many companies set up, so many international filing. I have never ever seen. Now I say my international client, like yesterday I was talking to one Russian client. He said, I am flying to India. Can you tell me how much time it will take? I heard it takes a lot of time, but now there is so much improvement. I am getting so much positive news about India. So what I told him, sir, if you give me a document, I will form your company within a week. He said, what are you saying? I said, sir, you heard the right thing. If you give me all your document, I will give you company registration within 1 week with PAN number, TAN number and GST number.
Wow.
This is how the business is happening.
And I think it's quite insightful what you're sharing. Yes, it's very heartening to see that India's commitment to innovation through the record number of patents issued, and also the positive impact of streamlined IP laws and processes, making it easier for business to protect their innovations. And also we talked about the importance of IP registration in today's interconnected market as well. And I think it's quite insightful as well. But finally, do you have any best practice or wisdom that you would like to share to entrepreneurs who wanted to embark on their entrepreneurship? Is there any advice or inputs that you would love to give to them?
I will advise any new entrepreneur, you should first plan your business. What you want to achieve, how you want to start. And you should understand what kind of registration, license or setup is required, what kind of capital is required. Then you should have a goal, because without goal you cannot achieve anything. If I am just doing business, I will say, oh, today I earned 20,000. I wanted only 10,000. So I am very happy. But if I have a goal of 1 lakh and if I make only 50,000, I will again tell myself, no, I wanted 1 lakh, I got 50,000. So tomorrow my goal should be 1,50,000. When you have a goal, you will definitely achieve that goal. And then I always believe people should have a 3 years projection. Every businessman should project their business for next 3 years. They should make a projection and they should stick to that projection. And every quarter or every month, whenever they get time, they have to reassess and they should have a meeting with their team member or with their client, whoever giving them business, to understand how they can achieve that goal. So this is very, very important for any entrepreneur or businessman, whether it is a small business or big business, because success comes for everyone. Any business can become overnight big business.
No, I think these are very remarkable insights, Sandeep, and I think thank you very, very, very much for your time. And it's very important, right? As we rightly touched upon the point, there are a record number of entrepreneurs. India is a land of entrepreneurship, right? So many innovations are coming up and so many businesses are opening up. So the very fundamental heart of the business is to protect your own rights and follow that. And today's discussion was around how streamlined our processes are, not in India, but even at the global interconnected market level as well. And I think these insights were very insightful and remarkable. for me personally, and I'm sure our viewers would love it. And really appreciate for taking your time to talk through us. But thank you very much for your time today.
Kiran, it's thanks to you for giving us the opportunity and hear us out. We are always there, not only for our client, any entrepreneur, anyone who are seeking for any advice. We don't charge anything for advice fees, because we believe to make our India more stronger, to make our India 10 trillion economy, we need to help new business comer, new entrepreneur with our guidance, because nobody learn from birth. We all learn from our mistake. We keep trying, and then eventually we get success. So it's very important to businessmen like or consultant like us to educate and help new business entrepreneur to understand what is good and what is very important to start for their business.
Really love the message, Sandeep, and I think thank you for your gestured message as well. I mean, I really love the heart and spirit of that message in a way that because we India wanted to be a $10 trillion economy.
I don't talk about 5 trillion because I'm quite sure once you cross 5 trillion,
Absolutely.
in 2 year you will be 10 trillion. This is how it multiply in business.
And absolutely. And again, this platform is also for sharing those insights. And today's your valuable insights around the IPR and the registration. And it was very valuable for us. Thank you once again, Sandeep. And I wish you and your team and your company a great success.
Wish you the same, and thanks for inviting, and have a very lovely evening.